I gotta log into the server before I even show you guys what's happening, because otherwise, might leak the IP again. Last live stream, I leaked the IP to Truly Bedrock Season 1 because it just, like, decided to rearrange my entire list of servers. So that's cool. We love it. We love fun things like that. Anyway, so welcome back. This is our base. We're building things and stuff over here. Tonight we're going to be gathering a whole bunch of resources for future builds over here. We happen to need just many more resources. I think we probably need more redstone lamps, which means I gotta go AFK at the witch farm at some point. We need to get more concrete. We need to get more glass. We might even need to get more sea lanterns, because these things do look pretty good with the ray tracing. If it would turn on, is ray tracing gonna turn? Hello, ray tracing? I have to, like, go into the menu and then go down here and then press that every single time. Cool, that's great. Good UI change right there, guys. And then it freezes the game and nothing reacts for a minute, and then you leave the game and it looks like this, and then we gotta restart the game, and you know what? Works perfectly. Works perfectly, everybody. Ray tracing. 10 out of 10. Works as intended. Yes, and then we restart the game, and then it might be turned on, and it might work this time. Maybe. Why did I decide to build the base around ray tracing? And then your skins don't work, and then you need to sign into Microsoft again, and then it decides that you're signed in, and then you hit the not the edit server button. That's right where the play button used to be. Bedrock Edition is making some choices, and I am not evolving to keep up with them. But yeah, look how good the sea lanterns look. Once you go through all that, it looks pretty alright. Yeah. See, I think it's good. As a whole right there. Okay, so we need to go mining, but before we do any of that, we should probably go spend some money. Gonna go buy some Steve's lava chicken. Lava. So we're gonna take all of the shulker boxes that we have. We're gonna try and fill up all these with resources tonight. It's gonna be a bit of a mining live stream. We got things that we need to collect. What is ray tracing? It traces all the light rays from all the light sources, and then it just ate another apple. I didn't even press any buttons. Wasn't even touching the mouse and it ate another apple. You know what? It's fine. Am I using mods? I wish I was. Maybe the game would work properly then. Maybe. I have thought about using modded clients, because there's some pretty useful features like free cam. Oh, that would be so useful for videos and designing farms. But I've never committed to it. Probably because it would be super annoying to update after every single update. This looks pretty nice. I do like the nether of ray tracing. We don't go to the nether very often with it, but it looks good. I'll show you. You should totally scan this QR code with the phone that you're probably watching the stream on. I don't know how you're going to do that, but good luck. Yeah, so ray tracing is just like the most fancy way of lighting, the most fancy lighting engine that you can have in any game, really. It's worth it when it works. It just barely works on Bedrock Edition because they haven't updated it at all in like the past 5 years. They've done no bug fixes. Okay, we have more, yes, more cows to buy. What is this? 3 stacks for a diamond. We'll take all of that, thank you. I bought like 3 stacks of this stuff months and months and months ago, and it's lasted me this entire time. Also, I gotta remember to actually pay them. So 3 diamonds there. Boop. We'll put them slightly offset, just to be a pain. And now we have all the food that we need. That's great. Very convenient shop. Oh, great place to buy leather too. You know, let's buy some leather. 3 stacks for a diamond? Heck yeah. I'm always running out of leather, actually. Somebody's got themselves a mushroom cow farm, I'm guessing. Now I don't need to eat apples anymore. This is way more convenient than building my own farm for food. Gotta say. You know what? We have a box of use in here. We should go ahead and stock that up with some leather real quick. Yeah, look at that. Always running out of leather. I always need more item frames is why. Always need more item frames. The maps with the blocks filled in. Oh, that's a map art. So you just go build a giant platform in the end dimension, pop a map, and boom, it just shows up like that. Map art is great. I have another one that I want to build. We're going to build a frog think at some point. Now, there is a bunch of resources that we could buy here in the shopping district, and we might buy some of them. I don't know of anyone that sells gravel, though. But I do think that we should maybe buy some sand. Is there any sand to buy? Oh, there's only a little bit of sand. Okay, there's a little bit of sand. So we need a bunch of glass, first of all, but we also need a bunch of concrete. So how much actually is this? 3 stacks for a 3 stacks for a diamond? Ooh, I don't know. We might go for that, guys. That's 9 diamonds for an entire shulker. Heck yeah, yeah, we're gonna buy all of that. There is another sand shop over here though, and I don't know if this one is more or less valuable. I think this one was cheaper, but the other shop changed the prices. Yeah, 3 stacks for a diamond. This one's also sold out because I bought it all. Yeah, let's buy all the sand. I was gonna go to the desert tonight, but then I realized we could just not do that. So now we just gotta go mine a bunch of gravel. How did a phantom even get underneath here? Get out of here. Yeah, right. So how much sand can I buy? 1 shulker box, 2 shulker boxes, 4 shulker boxes? How much should we buy? Tell me in chat. Because I think we'll use it all. Like, I don't think there is a limit that is too much for us. All of it. Hey, listen, you know, if they didn't want to sell it, they want to put it in their shop. That's how it goes. Oh, wait, no, it's 9 diamonds plus 25%, right? Maybe not for the next 90 days, though. Hold up. We better buy it now before it gets more expensive. What up? Good thing we went mining these last couple live streams. Let's see. What is 9 times... How many are we buying? 9 times 4? 18? 36? It's 36 diamonds, right? Can I do a numbers? Can I do a numbers on live stream? I can! Look at that. Wow, I am so smart, guys. I didn't think that I would get that right. But I did. That's just how good I am. How good I am at numbers. Ask me a number. I'll tell you which one it is. Show me a number. I'll tell you what it is. Any number. Between 1 and 10, and I can name it. Right, we also need to pay for all this. I guess we'll just put all this in here. That's not the one that we got the sand from. Wait, am I doing this right? 3 stacks for a diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, this is 9 stacks. Yeah, no. Yeah, 9 diamonds. 9 diamonds per shulker. We're buying 4 shulkers. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't ripping them off. 5. See, that's a 5. I know that one. I learned that one last week. 7. That one's still a bit tricky for me, but I'm getting there. I'm learning. Leet, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome on in. Also, we had a bunch of resubs before the stream, like, really even got started. We had Diagonal gifting a sub to Bumblecat. We also had Minus with 78 months of resubscribing. Very, very long time. And then we had Hani with the more measly 52 months of resubscribing. Still good, but not quite 78. I feel like this area is not very spawn-proofed anymore. Thank you guys for all the sub support. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing great. Are you guys enjoying the multi-streaming? You get to watch on whatever platform you want now. I feel like we have more viewers than we did when we were just single streaming on Twitch, but it's hard to tell because we have like half of our mod team watching 3 different live streams at once. That's kind of artificially inflating our numbers. That's not here. Just put that back in there. You gotta... Honey with the sad piggo rain. You'll get there one day. You'll get there one day. Okay, there we go. Well, that's all the sand that we need for a minute. 2 double chests for 36 diamonds. I feel like that's kind of a steal. Let's take this back to the base. We gotta go get a bunch of gravel. Snowy horned owls. Owl is looking great with the ray tracing. Love the eyes. It's your first live stream. Very nice. Welcome on in. 2 plus 2 times 2. That's 3 2s. I can tell you that. What are we gonna build? So we were gonna build a bamboo farm tonight, but the farm that I wanted to build kind of got broken, so I need to like redesign that, I suppose. I might show you guys that a little bit later on. But either way, we're going to build a bunch more farms in this area. In order to do that, we need a bunch of concrete, glass. We also need a bunch of ice. That'll be for another farm at some point. We also need to build 2 more statues tonight. Because we have statues for Beast and also Nick B. Chase as well. Okay, you can see this is our entire pile of sand and glass that we have. And concrete, and it's really not that much. It's also got pickles in there. Right there. I kind of need... Let's just offload everything into there, shall we? Is this all the sand? There should be one more. Yeah, here we go. I should probably go buy more shulker boxes at some point, too. That would be very useful. We're also going to build shulker farms here in the base at some point. Those were supposed to go above the gold farms. But, I don't know when we're really going to get to that. I gotta, like, actually get shulkers from the end dimension. That sounds really easy. Really, really easy. Like, we could just do that at any time. That sounds like a great live stream project, actually. Do you guys want to see that on live stream? I would want to see that on live stream, because that's going to be absolutely horrible. Let's put another chest right there. Let's just make this chest area as bad as we can. Yeah, so we're streaming everywhere that we can stream, basically. We might start streaming to Facebook even at some point, but, like, it's impossible to get in touch with anyone at Facebook, and I can't change my URL. So right now, my channel URL over there is just, like, gobbledygook. And there's no way for me to change it, because my account is not allowed to set a URL for some reason. So, that's cool. So until I can get that figured out, not gonna upload anything there. And then, like, 4 streams, we should be able to handle that now. I got actually okay internet. After 9 years on YouTube, I finally have, like, some internet that is acceptable. 40 megabytes of upload, guys. Incredible job. I've been running 5 this entire time. 5 megabytes upload. I got 1,000 download now. It's incredible. I got a sound effect for that, even. It's so good. Not even struggling it out here. Previously, we were struggling with just one live stream. Yeah, so I left the 2 shulker boxes from the shop. So I took the sand out of their shulkers, put it in my shulkers, took it out of my shulkers, and left their shulkers. Oh, you know what? We do need to build the auto storage. We might also do that tonight as well. But first of all, we need to go get a bunch of gravel. As you can see, we have like 20 gravel to our name. I'm sure there's more somewhere. But, like, good luck finding it. I'm talking extra slow so that I am able to look for this stuff. That was the chest that would have had all the gravel in it. Because how often do you really get gravel? I throw it away every time I go mining, which, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing. Because we kind of need it for the base. But yeah, I think we'll go mine a random ocean somewhere. Oh, wait, was there more? Nah, it's andesite. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm trying to stock up on materials right now. That way, when it comes to actually building up the next farms, we can just, like, speed build it. Oh, here's a couple bits of gravel. Look at that. Okay, then. Well, that's 4 stacks. That's an amount. Cool. We just need, like, 12 times that much. Great. Let's go find an ocean. Ew, mining. I know, right? Let's craft mine. Wait. Let's Minecraft. And the question is, what ocean should we mine? Because, like, basically all these oceans just have, like, gravel floors. It would have been convenient to bring a conduit or, like, some water-breathing potions, but no. I didn't know there was an outpost over here. Oh, it is snowing. Okay, I was wondering why the trees are all crazy. Nothing good in here? Nothing good in here. You know what? I'll take the dark oak. Thank you. You know what? I need more wheat, too, actually. I'll take all that. Is there a laze in here? Oh, there is. Okay, that's actually really convenient. That's not so bad. Okay, we're continuing on this way, though. I feel like this is the opposite of a ocean biome. Wow, even this area's got the weird, funky generation chunks happening. That's weird. It's a coal outpost? Wow. It was a coal outpost. Literally. Oh, hi, this is the winter area? It's literally just right here? I never knew that. This entire time, I've been going through the nether, and it's just, like, literally right here. Okay, well, the area that we mine ice at is like just right over here. So, that's convenient. Yeah, this is where we've been going and mining ice from. It's also having the weird chunk generation. Oh, this one has, interesting. This one has the weird chunk generation, but it's kept the iceberg? Interesting. Those aren't supposed to really form on land in Minecraft. Even though the majority of icebergs on Earth are, like, on land. By the way, that's why when they melt, sea level goes up. Physics! Let's see. Where do we want to go mining at? Because we just need regular ice. Just normal, straight-up ice. I feel like we can mine this out. This would be fairly easy. We could just take all this out and then we could, like, reflood it. I'm learning the server. Yeah, well, I just go through... I go to the nether everywhere. Okay, we're also the first person to ever be here. You can see all the snow's piling up already. Hello, replay. Welcome in. Bedrock performs much better. It does, yeah. So if you're playing either Bedrock or Java, you're going to notice that your render distance is probably a lot higher on Bedrock than it is on Java. But also, you can do quite a few fun things on Java that you can't really do on Bedrock Edition. So, you know, it's a trade-off. They are different games. You can compare and contrast, but ultimately they are different in quite a few ways. And then whenever you turn off ray tracing, it puts you back to simple graphics because reasons. It doesn't just put you, you know, it doesn't put you back to the graphics that you were using. It's fine. I'm not upset at all. That's a lie. Extremely upset. Yeah, there's a weird bug right now. I'm not sure when they introduced it, but like all of the snowy biomes and the icebergs are getting overwritten, and they're like mishmashing. It's very strange. It looks horrible. It looks like world corruption, but it's not. It's just Minecraft really doesn't know what biome should be there right now. Because like if you fly through an area, or if you just like visit an area for a short amount of time, all the chunks around you don't actually get generated. That's like one of the performance hacks of Bedrock Edition. You can see chunks that are not actually generated in your world. Like you can visibly see them. You know, I can turn up my render distance to 96 chunks and be able to see chunks forever, thousands and thousands of blocks away. But those chunks don't actually get generated, so that doesn't increase your world size. So when you're just like walking through an area, most of the chunks that you're walking through don't actually get generated unless you interact with them. If you interact with a chunk, boom, then it's generated and it's actually saved to the world data. So what that means is that there's like this really weird patchwork, you know, checkerboard, you know, just mess of chunks that are and are not generated. If you look at it with like a world edit tool like Amulet, you're going to see a bunch of ungenerated chunks. And then if you update your game to another update, then sometimes the biomes can get switched around a little bit. So that's why if you like fly through an iceberg area, iceberg ocean, it'll all be iceberg ocean. And then sometime last couple updates, they changed it around so that icebergs don't generate there, but snowy tundra does. So now you have a bunch of snowy tundra generating, in quotes, in your icebergs, even though they're not like physically there, you know, unless you go interact with it, right? So there's a chance that they could fix it, but if you went and like actually interact with that chunk, it's there now. You kind of done goofed it. But that's what the game did, so yeah. The Menace Cape is already gone. Yeah, no, if you missed the Menace Cape, it's over. Yeah, Menace and Home Capes, those ended a few days ago. You can still get the Yearn Cape, though. And by the way, if TikTok or whatever is banned in your region, just use a VPN. That is the trick. They can't stop you from using a VPN. So that hasn't really been an issue for a while. Like, if your world size is larger than a gigabyte, it used to be that Bedrock Edition didn't really handle it that well, but nowadays it doesn't seem to be too big of a deal. Obviously, if you're playing on a realm, then you might still have some issues there. Because realms are just kind of pretty low performance. But it's not going to, like, corrupt your world, right? Anymore, anyway. Now, there is sometimes still issues on consoles where it'll be like, you know, oh, we can't download this realm because it's too big, or there will be like some random storage issue. where if your world's too big, but it's not actually corrupted. That's just like another bug where consoles are just kind of like underpowered, right? Which is better, a multi-item sorter or a categorizer? So basically a multi-item sorter, you're going to have to leave one item in every slot of all of your chests because that's how you configure your sorter. And an item categorizer, you still have to do that, but your chest is in the back of your system. So in order to change your items, you have to actually go ahead and go into the very back of the system. It's a bit more in-depth. But also, you can have, like, with a multi-item sorter, you can have up to 54 different items per chest. And with an item categorizer, it's up to 54 different unique items per slice. So an entire slice of that system would be for all those different items. Now, the thing about a categorizer is you have a bunch of items that end up in the hoppers behind your chest. Because, you know, you end up with, like, a chest, and then your hopper, and then your chest, and then your hopper. So, like, once this chest fills up, it fills up that hopper, and then it goes into the top chest. And some people are bothered by that. It's better for, like, big bulk builds where, like, you want to store a bunch of cobblestone and stone and kind of, like, mix them together, right? For items that you have a lot of. For items that you don't have a lot of, and in general, I just prefer multi-item sorters. They're a bit simpler, they're a bit cheaper, and they're also a bit more reliable depending on how you build them. Because categorizers rely on minecarts, and as great as minecarts are, they are also pretty horrible. A lot of the time, because reasons. Bedrock Edition is just, you know, it's got its quirks. It's got its quirks. Cicada says, hi, Twitch and TikTok from YouTube. Is anyone going to say hi back? Jeez. You know, play Minecraft while watching? That's the way to go. It's like playing Minecraft with friends, but without the headache and without the griefing. Hi from TikTok, says Todd. And howdy, YouTube, says Longhorn. Very nice. Welcome in. Look at that. Community. This is great. Calm TV headache. Well, I would never. Playing on a server is great. No. Playing on a server is great. Playing with friends is fun. It's kind of the best way to play Minecraft, honestly. I should build an ice farm. You know what? We should go design a new ice farm. You know what? Let's go design a new ice farm right now, in the middle of the stream. I'm joking. Separated by platform, united by stream. Indeed. You're building a zero-tick kelp fuel farm. Do those still work? I haven't seen any that are really reliable in the last couple updates. Some people were saying they broke them. I don't know. I haven't messed with zero-tick stuff since they removed it like 5 years ago. I was like, well, okay. And then they decided to leave the zero-tick kelp in the game for like 5 years. And I was like, well, I could have just made a video on that this entire time. But I was like, nah, they removed zero-tick. Why would I make a video on this? They fixed it, guys. They're obviously going to remove... They're obviously going to remove the zero-tick kelp sometime soon. I said. 5 years too early. Chicken jockey. No. Why are all these fish like right here? It seems like that's a lot of fish, isn't it? Do they not spawn underneath the ice? I swear I've seen them underneath the ice. Seems like that's kind of a lot though. For one area? Oh, you know what? They get spawned in these upper areas, the shallows, and then they swim to the deeper areas. That's what it is. Go and take ourselves a nap real quick. How'd you go from getting gravel to ice? Well, we happened to fly directly into the area where we mine ice at anyway, while looking for an ocean to get gravel. Wait, you can get firefly bushes in these snowy biomes? I didn't know that. That doesn't seem like that should be a thing. That seems like it should be a bug. First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft! I am Steve. He has a really long pause on that, doesn't he? I am Steve. Yeah. Anywhere there's a river? Yeah, it seems like they, the fireflies wouldn't really survive in a cold biome, though, to be fair. Is he a pirate? He wouldn't tell you if he was. Steve being a pirate does make sense, though. He's kind of a loner. Doesn't play by anyone else's rules. Likes gold. Likes loot. Builds wherever he wants. Doesn't get building permits. Doesn't care about safety inspections. Doesn't pay taxes. You know what? I'm liking Steve more and more. Where do I sign up? Okay, I don't know exactly how much ice we need, but I know it's probably like 2 double chests at least. Destroy our villages. Well, he was protecting the village in the movie for some reason. Probably because those were all of his good villager traits. Let's be real. That's probably what it was. You know, you definitely want to protect your mending villager. And I guess he, like, you know, he had his chicken shop. Gotta protect the chicken. I love this bug that it's still in the game. So, for the last, literally forever on Bedrock Edition, the entire time this game has existed, squid that spawn in a single layer of water will just die. They just, like, drown. They asphyxiate or whatever. They're never going to fix that bug. If they do, I'll be very surprised. It's been here the entire time. Like, I'm pretty sure Bug Rock of the Week number, like, 10 or 12 showed that bug. And even then, it was an old bug. By the way, we're on Bug Rock of the Week, like, 267 at this point. And I haven't been making one a week. So, it's been, like, 7 years at least. I'm pretty sure that was, like, 2018 I made that video. Used a big fancy word. What word was that? I don't even know. Pretty sure I'm not allowed to use big words anymore. They hurt my brain. My doctor said I had to stop using big words because it kept messing with my brain matter. Let's see. That is not my thing. 1 shotgun. Is that all we have? Oh. I thought we would get more than that. Asphyxiate. Oh, that was the big word? Oh. Oh, no. I'm gonna get... My doctor's not gonna like this. Asphyxiate's not a big word. It's like 11 letters or something. I don't know. I was counting it, and then the chat moved up, so I lost count. It's not that bad. I would say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious to prove that's not a big word, but I don't really feel like it. Why are you jumping out of the water? Bro just likes pain. How do you quickly drop items? Control Q on Java, or on PC rather, lets you drop items. Now on Java, there is actually a feature where you can just like hold Q, and then it just like burps out a bunch of items like this, but way faster. That's never been added to Bedrock Edition because reasons. Because apparently it's, you know, too OP of a feature for PC players to have over console and Bedrock. Console and mobile, I guess. Where should we go mining for ice? Because this area seemed like it was good, but maybe not. Maybe we'll mine out like these little shallow regions right here. Ani's gonna get banned for brain rot? What? She was typing that through tears. Tears of pain. 24 stack raid farms still work? In theory, yes. Stacking villages is just a mega pain, though. So, like... But you don't have to do all 24. You can just build a couple, right? Can use the bottom part of a new world eater to drain an ocean. I actually have a simpler build than that for draining an ocean. I have a whole water clearing / lava clearing flying machine tutorial. You can go build that. Way simpler, way quicker, way easier. It'll clear your whole ocean in like one go. Way cheaper. Go build that one. But technically, yes, you could use the world eater one. Do you think mobile Minecraft stops getting Bedrock? No, so they're always going to keep mobile updated. Mobile is like one of the biggest platforms of Minecraft. That's where like a huge majority of the player base plays, you know, Minecraft. So they're always going to support mobile to the detriment of other platforms even. Like, mobile is the reason why we didn't have shields on Bedrock Edition for, like, ever. Shields in the offhand at any rate. They're probably never going to add TNT dupers on purpose to Bedrock, but they might add it accidentally. There's been a couple ways to do it in the past, but it was, like, underwater, so not something that you could actually, like, use or farm in any meaningful way. But yeah, hopefully one day. Now, they've said that they're not going to try removing it from Java Edition anytime soon until Java gets movable tile entities, like movable dispensers. Because right now, TNT duping on Java is the only way to create, like, perimeters, right? Whereas in Bedrock, we have movable tile entities, so there's no reason for them to add it to us. But yeah, they're not going to purposely add bugs. They sure will accidentally add those bugs, though. Oh! They do love accidentally adding bugs. To the joy of everyone. It's great. We love it. We really need offhand on Bedrock Edition. It is so overdue. Like, honestly, I'm of the mindset that, like, who cares if mobile can't do it, right? I mean, please add it to at least consoles and PC. There's no reason to, like, to not, right? Not that mobile doesn't deserve it, but, like, it's been, like, 8-9 years since it was added to Java. I feel like they should just add it to Bedrock at this point. And if you really want to use it on mobile, then, like, you can use a controller of your phone, right? I mean, that's always an option. There's plenty of, like, those little devices that's kind of looks like a PSP. I'm dating myself there. I'm aging myself there. But, you know, it looks like a Nintendo Switch, like, little handheld thing. You just, like, clip your phone into it, and then you can play it that way. Or you can just, like, Bluetooth the controller to your phone. I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it. It's probably way better to play mobile that way, right? Or, hear me out, crazy concept. They just add a button that lets you place items from the offhand. Crazy concept. They just refuse to do it. We need sand dupers back. Sand dupers still exist right now. I don't think they fixed sand dupers. It's about to make a tutorial on one of those. Sand dupers are great. Yeah, sand dupers are on Bedrock. So the pickaxe is about to break. So I guess we'll have to go back to base and heal this thing up after like 5 seconds at the gold farm. And then we can come back and get some more ice. We're probably going to need more. Is that sand? Just random bar of sand right there. Okay, that's like over two shulkers of ice, though. That's pretty good. This guy was trying to help us out. Sure, we left a few bits of this somewhere. I think an item magnet would also be really, really nice in Minecraft at this point. Or at least like a larger pickup range. Yeah, now we gotta go find gravel. That's really important. Gotta get a bunch of gravel. Or we could go build a piglin trading farm. But I haven't built one of those in years, so I forget how they work. And also, item sorting for that is kind of a mega pain. Cool, I don't have any wood. And I don't have any craft tables. And I don't have any paper either. To make more rockets. We're down to 6 rockets. This is all I have. Yeah, I had 1 piece of wood in the box of use. I've taken all the wood out of there because I've needed it. Just been using it over time, you know. Super useful box of use. Listen, it's only as useful as the person who puts it together. You gotta have the mindfulness to restock the box of use. Okay, we're gonna steal all of this real quick because I need all of the paper I can get real quick. See, we're going to make some firework rockets. Just pretend like I sounded like Steve right there. Oh, I have some wood right here actually from the outpost. Did forget about that. It's dark oak though. I'm not allowed to use that. Only Zloy's allowed to use dark oak. It's written into the server contract. Okay. Right, then we gotta go find an ocean. I guess we'll go back this way. Towards the base. After I check out this cool cave right here. Is this a cool cave? It doesn't go back to the surface, does it? It does not. That's so sad. I thought it did. You can see light through it. Yeah, so to insta-trade with piglins, you just need to like have a gold block or something moving on a piston or a chest. That bug has still been in the game for so many years. It's so convenient. It used to be that if you had like 20 piglins in a pile, you could throw 1 gold ingot in there and all 20 of them would speed trade, which was insane. But now you need 1 gold per piglin. So there's no point in really stacking up a bunch of piglins. It was also the most insane farm ever. It would give you like 1.1 million items an hour. Just from like nothing. It was just absurd. We built that on Truly Bedrock like season 2. And it was the most pain ever sorting those items out. We spent like days and weeks trying to figure out how to sort those items. Okay, so we could steal this gravel. Or we could steal this gravel. Although I feel like we're pretty close to spawn, so I don't really want to like mine out this area, right? So our base is like right over there. Let's go this direction. Was it worth it? We did have lots and lots and lots of gravel that season, so I think maybe. Also, that was when they traded netherite hoes. Like, you had a rare chance of getting a netherite hoe from piglins because reasons. I think it was a fun feature, but they removed that for no good reason and never added back a replacement item that was of equal or greater value. But yeah, we had like 30 netherite hoes that season. It was great. You know what? There's also like the gravelly mountains. This area right here, we could just kind of steal this. I don't think anyone really lives around here. We're like 1700 blocks out. I think the nearest base is over that way. It's like DB lives over there. So yeah, we could just like steal these gravel mountains. It's not really something you would really notice either, is it? What do you guys think about that? Should we just steal the gravel mountains? Stony Shores, whatever these are called? There's quite a bit of it. We wouldn't need to be underwater. Underwater is kind of horrible. I think we're just gonna steal it. Like we're gonna do a little bit of thefting right here. Yeah, ice. Ice. This one's just a random box of junk. More ice. Great. Let's try and get like 3 boxes of gravel. Or like at least 2, right? Hey Stone, welcome in. Yeah, we're like 2,000 blocks out. That's not so bad. These places are pretty good, though. It's like the only actually decent place to get gravel in the overworld, unless you're like mining out all the gravel patches that you find when you're mining down in Deep Slate. Because for some reason they wanted to make Deep Slate horrible and just add a bunch of gravel down there. Oh, yeah. Oh, trail ruins are so bad. Ugh. I know they want to like add cool archaeology things to Minecraft, but trail ruins are like not it. I don't know. Probably my least favorite structure. Not to hate on them or anything, but we've done a couple trail ruins, and it's just not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. I think they, I don't know. It's just a pain. There's too many different types of blocks, you know. There's some okay loot, like there's the one, maybe two different armor trims in there. There's the music disc, and then there's just a whole bunch of other garbage in there. Like a ton of other stuff that you do not want, which I understand, you know, that's how archaeology works. But also, like, throw in more diamonds, throw in some more valuable stuff. Give us a good reason to go there, right? Make it so you get a rare chance of finding like an emerald block instead of just like a random emerald, right? No one wants one emerald. But if you had like a rare chance of finding a diamond block even, I mean, I feel like that would incentivize much more people. All that copper. Ah, yay, copper. Yay. Woo. Copper, so good. Wow, thanks. I'll be sure to put this with my 9,000 other copper. Wooden hell. I think you can, yeah, it's like stone tools and stuff in there, right? When's the next episode? I don't know, Mr. Lava MC Chicken. "31 months is 34 shulker boxes of days? Maybe if days are non-stackable. Yeah, yeah, if they're non-stackable, then your math works out. But otherwise, what's the gravel even for? We need it for concrete. Yeah, we're stealing all this just for concrete. Because our entire base is, like, made out of concrete. Where's our... I think they're up here. Yeah, who wants a random, like, glass pane, right? Those are the kind of things that you get from the trial chambers. It's like, oh, wow, pink glass pane. That's great. Thanks. What was the ice for? That's for a farm. What's the sand for? Glass. And concrete as well. You love the junk. Well, I have no response to that. We're gonna move on. You just broke my brain. I don't think you can fit more than 24 entire hours into a single inventory slot. I don't know. Have you seen Silence armor trims? I think you can. I think you can. Why don't I make a gravity block duper? Because we don't really want to like duplicate here on the server. I don't really mind if you guys build them on your worlds or whatever, but like we're on an SMP. We don't do duping and stuff here. We don't do that here. Yeah, even though the technology exists, I don't really see like the big deal of gravity block dupers, especially because they haven't added a way to farm sand. Like we have a way to farm gravel. You can just go trade with piglins, right? I think it's a little bit slower than mining this, but at least it's automatic. It sounds worse than a xylophone said an automatic. And then yeah, they just need to add a way to farm sand. Like why don't husks drop sand? If they made husks drop sand, boom, sand farms. They would happen. Overnight. They wouldn't be very good sand farms, but we would have them, and then we wouldn't need the gravity block tubers. Okay, that should be a fair amount of this. Or not. It's not even a full shulker. Wow, okay, we gotta mine some more gravel. That's crazy. Do we only have the one? Yeah, we only got, wow, okay. Stuff goes not super fast. This is nighttime. We can agree that this is nighttime, right? So I love how it fills up the entire chat. It feels like that should be one message that just stays up there and doesn't fill up the chat, right? Yeah, the sand. Like soul sand, but gravity. Being able to craft soul sand would also be nice as well. Or uncraft soul sand. Like if we could uncraft soul sand into sand, that would be cool. Like if we could wash it somehow. If there was some sort of block conversion where you could like, you know how you can drain the water out of mud to get clay? Like what if we did that with soul sand? That would be a pretty vanilla way of getting sand, actually. I would be for that. Take the soul out of the sand? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. We don't, yeah. I would be perfectly fine with that. That would be acceptable. You would have to place the soul sand and then have a machine to like push it around and drain the souls out. But that seems pretty doable. And then you could automatically break the sand because you just like drop it onto a slab or whatever. So like what mechanic would you use to drain the soul out of it? I'm sure there's already something like that in vanilla. Right? Because yeah, we got a bunch of similar like things. It's just a hopper. You just put it over a hopper, it just sucks the soul out of it. I was thinking something a little bit more you know what? That would work. That would work. Yeah, some dripstone. I mean, that would technically work too. Just like put it over dripstone. Just drip the souls out of it. And then those drips could like, yeah, they could like spread Skulk or something. Well, I think Skulk and the Nether are not related. Those are two very different types of soul crafts right there. So I wouldn't combine those two things because those are not the same. But I feel like there's already Nether-based solutions to this. Yeah, liquid souls. You could just brew them. I mean, you could also just like, what if you just like clicked on the soul sand of a bottle, right? Like how we convert dirt to mud with a water bottle. You could take an empty bottle and just get like a bottle of soul. And then you can make 9 bottles of soul into an allay. No, 9 bottles of soul into a block of soul. Soul sand even. Yeah. No, I like this actually. I like this. Okay, so you click on the soul sand with an empty bottle. You get a bottle of soul. After 9 bottles of soul, you craft that into a soul sand, and then you get your 9 bottles back. Yeah, so it's a 1 to 9 ratio. So you get 9 sand out of it. And then you can't convert sand to soul sand. I think this would work fine. Obviously, you know, it's not super vanilla. You gotta add the soul bottle. But that's fair. I think that works. Selvin, thank you very much for the super chat. Draining soul sand? Sounds like Mojang might need to work more than 3 hours a day. Oh no. They do a lot of work, actually. Minecraft is a huge game. It takes a lot of updates. You know, it's on like 40 different platforms, you know? It takes a lot of stuff. I mean, it did take them a long time to make that Minecraft movie. Juice squeezer. Yeah, so you could also just like press the soul sand and get like soul juice out of it. That's horrible. No, we're gonna table that idea for the next meeting, and then we're gonna come back around to the bottles of soul. We need renewable sand. I'm willing to go to any extent to get renewable sand. Listen, this was a chat suggestion. I'm just reading chat. I can't be held liable for what chat says. Nor should I be. Chat's thoughts and opinions do not represent Silent Whisperer & Co. LLC. Inc. Incorporated. Thank you. A block grinder. Yeah, so like you could also craft down the soul sand into like regular sand and maybe soul soil or something, right? Because like, you know, there's so many mod packs that have like grindstones or whatever where you can take gravel and grind it down into sand. That would also be acceptable as well, but that's a little bit more modded. I do like the block conversion idea though with soul sand, because there's already a bunch of block conversion mechanics inside of Minecraft. So I feel like we could keep that same energy going and give us renewable sand that way, because they gave us renewable clay and terracotta and glazed terracotta from the mud, right? So that was cool. We didn't have that before. So they're obviously open to adding more things as renewable resources, right? And I feel like sand is just so overdue. The renewable gravel method was pretty cool with like the trading from the piglins. I like that method. That's fine. It's not really something you could do again unless you also give it to piglins or like, you know, make it a villager trade, but villager trading is kind of annoying. Villager trading is like the least good way of making something renewable. Like wandering traders are kind of horrible, right? But it's a way of making some things renewable, or at least accessible. Whereas block conversion or piglin trading is a much faster way of doing things. Turn sand into a currency. I mean, it's a good currency, yeah. Red sand even. Although red sand you can buy from the wandering trader. So like, they already know this is a problem. They just refuse to fix it. Oh, this is a whole block of gravel right here. I didn't even realize all this up here was gravel. Yeah, so the new wandering trader trades, they're not intended to be good. They're intended to kind of get you into villager trading, right? It's also great for super flat though, because they had like a bunch of additional things that you didn't have access to before. So like it's a good way for older worlds to gain access to new features. And also for challenge worlds to gain access to new features. But yeah, I feel like a lot of other games do the Wandering Trader a lot better, because like they have different, rarer, more unique trades and offerings. But at least now, like they offer the Enchanted Iron Pickaxe. That's something. That's a good step in the right direction. They should maybe sell like a couple different types of potions or something. Like give them a water breathing potion. Like that would be helpful. Or make them sell like... Make them sell a rare armor trim. You know, that would be pretty cool. Or give them the occasional map to a random structure, right? Like, you can recycle a bunch of different villager trades into the Wandering Trader because they only sell, like, a couple of that thing, right? They only sell you, like, two items. So it doesn't matter if it's a good item or not. Like, you're not going to be able to farm it via the Wandering Trader very effectively. So, like, anything that villagers trade, I feel like they could throw a lot of those in there. Like, they could have the ability to sell, like, a decent enchanted book. You buy, like, 2 books from them, and then that's it, right? It's locked out. Like, there's a lot of fun things that they could do with the Wandering Trader, but instead they're like, hey, I sell plants and dye and random blocks that you probably don't need. Yeah. They could also have 2 different settings for the Wandering Trader that you could change in your world. They could have, like, regular world settings. Like, just, like, this is a regular Minecraft world, right? Where you don't need all those exclusive items, like, you know, the random blue ice or red sand or whatever. And then they could also have, like, challenge world settings, where it offers those rarer items, like all the different types of plants and things that you probably might not have generate in that Minecraft world. Because right now it seems like it's really built for... That guy just went to like 70 different biomes, picked one random thing from that biome, and then is trying to sell it to you. Whereas he could be a lot more interesting. Be able to dye the Wandering Trader. That would be kind of cool too, actually. You know, I'd be down for that. Because then there would be a reason to keep him around. Right? You can name tag him, you could dye him, and then he would like have this different color cloak on, right? That would actually be kind of... I like that idea. That's a good idea. That's great. You know, you could be able to do that with your regular villagers too, even. Click on them with a piece of dye to change their clothes. That wouldn't be super difficult either, because like we can do that with like sheep and dog collars and all these leather armor and things. So it's not like they need to go make a new texture for it. They just need to change the top coating, right? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, because then you could like put them around your village or whatever. And then you can have like whole different themes, right? Yeah, that's fun. The Wandering Trader like texture is pretty good. Let's see, where do we want to go next? I think we'll head over there. We're slowly getting closer to spawn. Yeah, the broken tool sound is playing off really well right now. Isley. I can't see in chat like who is redeeming those sound effects anymore. I just hear them. I might need to turn them up even. Give the Wandering Trader a bone and then tame him. Wow. That's certainly something. In the Minecraft movie, they did have the dog get untamed. He had to be tamed again. That was interesting. Mojang is good at their job, and that's the problem. They're just good. They're not great. Is that what you're saying? They're not great at their job? I'm kind of at the point with Minecraft where I'm like, I don't know if we really need like that many more new features, right? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of room for going back and tweaking existing features to give us more opportunity, right? Like they could do an update where they're like, okay, you know, we're going to go through everything from 1.10 to 1.21 and just tweak slight things about a few of these features to give them more gameplay options. Like, they don't need to go and majorly overhaul the game, right? But if they give us a couple more features of, like, you know, archaeology and villager trading and the Wandering Trader and, like, you know, block conversion and all these different things, maybe potion brewing or something. They just, like, slightly tweak these systems to make them more interesting and make all the updates a bit more cohesive, then, like, that would go a long way, right? Quality of life update, basically. We don't get very many tweaks to older Minecraft features. Like, once they add something, and once they... Is that buried treasure? It is! And it's garbage! Is there, oh, there is a Heart of the Sea in there. Oh, that's kind of convenient. Yeah, but, like, once they add a feature, and once they bug fix it, they don't really touch it anymore. Unless it's villagers. They love tweaking villagers randomly. And raid farms. They love breaking my raid farms. Specifically my raid farms. On the wall redstone would be hilarious. No, that would be off the wall, Zloy. It would be off the wall. Vertical repeaters and comparators. Vertical redstone would be wild. It would definitely be something. I don't know if we really need it, but like it would be interesting. Let's see. What are we stealing from this? Nothing? Nothing. I'll take the leads. Always need more leads. Okay, so we have 2 shulkers and some of gravel. That's pretty decent. They enjoy breaking the features of Bedrock that we've come to love. Yeah, the features in quotes, yeah. See, this looks like we might add a bunch of gravel right here, but we didn't. So I don't feel like we did that much damage to this biome. Take all this right here too, though. Shovel lasts a long time, don't it? Want a cookie? Of course I want a cookie. Can't just ask that in chat. Unless you're prepared to get out the shipping labels. Oh, I did make a poor financial decision today, though. Actually, I take that back. It was a great financial decision. I saw that someone was selling a lot of a bunch of Minecraft plushies on eBay. And it was a bidding one. So I got like, I think it was 7 Minecraft plushies. I got it for like $17. It was great. I got like a goat and a ghast. And I got one of the really sad bees. You know, the really, really sad ones? The really horrible ones from the Minecraft experience? Yeah, I got one of those really sad ones, which is so good. That was great. I don't know what else was in, I forget what else was in there right now. It was probably like a creeper and a zombie. There might have been a Steve. I'm not sure.
I am Steve.
Good stuff. Good stuff. More Lego hunt. No, not this time. That's my favorite Fram in Minecraft. My favorite farm? That would be either Raid Farms or Guardian Farms. They're both really good. Although Iron Farms are up there too. Like those are kind of my top 3. Guardian Farms are kind of like an entire base though, you know? Like Iron Farms are cool, but they're so small. And they're kind of just like required. Like if you want to play Minecraft, you kind of need an Iron Farm, right? Raid Farms are just fun, but they're also kind of really annoying. Less than 270 a plushie. Right? That's what I said. And they look like they're in good condition. So it was great. And it was free shipping as well. So I was like, well, this is kind of a no-brainer. And even better, it's a business expense. It's an office decoration. Therefore, I can write it off. Okay, let's fly back to base. Where is our base at? I think it's over this way. No, I don't have any of the makeshift plushies of like different YouTubers and stuff. No, I've never done that. Plant crops with dispenser someday. That would be fantastic. That would be so good. Yeah, even just the ability to plant saplings or like potatoes and carrots and that kind of stuff, that would be so fantastic. Can't even tell you. Like they added way more modded features already, like auto crafting. Like who gave them that idea? I'm glad that they did, but who did it? Like I wonder what the behind the scenes discussion for adding auto crafting was, because I felt like that was a red line that they would never cross. It felt like crafting was a pure player experience, but now like machines can do it. So they're taking our jobs. I mean, they're making our lives easier. Yeah, so I mean, if they're able to add like auto crafting to the game, I mean, who knows what else they'll do, right? I mean, geez. Feels like pretty much anything's on the table after that. Just give them time to cook, right? Let's see. This is also our bed. We should go run the gold farm for a minute, and then we need more chests. Oh no! Oh yeah, right. No, we need to build statues. More statues. We have time for that. Okay, good. Not if we fall down this hole, we don't. Right. Did I also upgrade our storage down here? I did not. Okay, we need to go do that. Right now the wool farm's not even running. It's just maxed out. Getting distracted. More things to do around the base. More things to do. I still play with Zloy? I don't know. Zloy, do we still play together? Sometimes. Sometimes. Look at all them, big man. Should be getting items and experience in the stream sometime soon. So is ray tracing gonna work? Eh, somewhat. Guys, I put a hole through the farm. There we go. This one's working fine. It looks a little bit different now. It looks a lot more gritty than it did before. Hey, listen. If they didn't want to be farmed, they wouldn't spawn in the mob farm. That's just how this works. Is there a tutorial for that? No, there is not. Everybody keeps asking. I should. There should be, but there isn't. Technically, Addy has a tutorial for a gold farm like this one, but not this one. They chose this life. They chose this death, is what you mean to say. See, that lighting glitch is still from ray tracing. Even when ray tracing is turned off, it still breaks the game. Shows that unlife. Yes, they are undead after all. Technically, we're making them alive. Because they're undead. So we're... Yeah. That's the mental gymnastics that we're at right now. Us two haven't been in the same place for the same time in a while. We have. Also, I just realized there's a block missing right there. You can see down into the guts of the base. Oh, you know what? We also need to spawn-proof the portal frames down there because those are spawning mobs. Even with our mob switch, they're underneath the obsidian up there, so it's a cave spawn technically. Hi, we're in the same place at the same time now. Good luck jumping in here. The collision box might be a little bit much. How you doing? Hey. You also need your tools fixed? Okay, well, you can take the experience. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Well, actually, this is a great opportunity. Yeah, you stand there, because I haven't been able to show these people how this farm works in the longest time. Great. We have a prime opportunity of Zloy standing here grittying and to show you how all the item movement in this thing works. So yeah, all the experience comes from the gold farm, straight up these water streams. And then I stood there for a second, so I messed up a couple of the orbs. But yeah, you can see they just go right up the invisible bubbles, straight to that dude. And then if we drop down here, you can actually see that all the items fall down. They go around, they do their thing. So this one drops down over here. That's where bulk of the items go. And then, of course, the other bulk of the items go on this side. And if we hop back here, you can see that we have a bunch of items coming from that gold farm, and then we got a bunch of items coming from this gold farm. And then you can actually hear the pigmen as well. Didn't think you'd be able to hear them from right here. But yeah, then we have a bunch of item filters going on back here. So it looks like our nuggies are... Oh, right. Okay, cool. So all of our item filters are indeed broken right now. That's great. Good to know. So that means that all of our rotten flesh is still getting picked up over here. Somehow these item filters are working great. See, all of our rotten flesh is getting burned. All of our swords are going back into this pile. We don't have nearly enough storage for these swords because it's actually picking up the nuggies. That's why. Okay, so we do have some things to fix down here. But otherwise, the swords would go down and get smelted. Great. We better go fix those... Better go fix those item filters real quick. Jeez. Also, did that seem really laggy for you guys on stream right there? Not... None of Zloy's things have mending on it. I feel like that's... I feel like that's a lie. All of his stuff is probably... Like, aren't you the... You're the mending guy, Zloy. Like, yeah, okay. I need to adjust my recording settings then, because, yeah, it's still a little bit laggy. You are the you've always been the mending guy. Doesn't matter what season. Every season, you are the mending guy. Redstone box. Ooh, it might actually, they might be in here. Hold up. No. I'm not sure where my junk items went. Not those junk items. The junk items that we use to fill in the items orders. So I guess we'll just make some more. What's a good junk item? Let's grab some andesite. Polished andesite's great. I used to build like a lot of polished andesite, but not anymore. Copper ore. I don't know if I really had any of that. I didn't see any in there. Right then. So I don't know why these item filters are all... Well, that would explain why they're broken. I don't know why that one didn't have anything in it. Yeah, so one of these picked up a sword or something. Probably like all the way down on... Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. That would do it. Right, so the reason why our item filters broke is because I forgot to put filler items into literally all 28 of our item filters down here. So they just, every single one of these hoppers is filled up with like 5 swords. And that broke all the item filters that we did have in place. So that's cool. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Huh. That would definitely do it. That would definitely break the system. What's the fastest way to get... Oh, no! Wait, no, hold on. We have Dwayne's down here. We got Bacon Lords. I don't even remember naming those. We did fill these in. No, wait, we did fill these in. We filled these in with Bacon Lords, Dwayne's, and Bob the Bricks. So one of these probably didn't have an item in it, and then it picked up a sword. That maxed out the item signal strength, and that broke all the ones next to it, and then those ones broke, and then those ones broke, and then those ones broke, all the way down the line. So how many hoppers do we have down here now full of swords? Okay, not that many. Just like 56 hoppers full of swords. No, oh no, so many more than that. Okay, you know what? I guess we know what we're doing for the rest of the stream. Oh my god. Bro, no. No, please. Oh, gee. Oh, God. We gotta work our way from the top down. Bro, cascade of brokenness. That's exactly what happened. Oh, jeez. And then, like, how can I even throw these items out? Kind of like that. Guess that would do it. At least we know that the hoppers pick up items, right, guys? Some of these have pretty good enchantments, actually. Yeah, like some sharpness 4s in there and stuff. I saw something had like a level 3 or level 4 enchantment. I don't know what we're going to do with the lower ones. Those are just going to despawn somewhere. All right, and then that broke that. Cool. No, wait, you keep picking up items. No. Please, wait, no. And then that one's going to go diagonal. I guess, okay. Really glad we noticed that. somewhat early on. Technically, like, this doesn't matter right now because none of these item filters are going to anything. But at some point, we would have to fix all this. I'm just curious, like, when exactly this got broken. Because it seemed like it was already broken by the time we got down here. I don't think we ran it long enough for it to cascade that badly. Wait, these ones are still full of items? What did I do to get these full of items still? Picking up swords. But yeah, see, that's the problem. That's why these don't work for non-stackables. Because that gives you a signal strength of 3 immediately. And then if you get 2 of them in there, that just, like, breaks the next slices over. And it just, like, completely fails the entire system. So that's why when we tell you in the tutorials to build it a certain way, that's why we do it. That's why you gotta have the 41-1-1-1 system. So this doesn't happen. If you don't do 41-1-1-1, then like the entire thing's gonna explode. Now luckily we can just leave all the gold in there. Oh yeah, no, this broke for a while. This broke a while ago. Okay, so that still works. At least the autocrafter still works. We know that much at least, right? Oh, gee, wow, that really did break a while ago. That's so weird. I've only used the farm a couple of times in the last little while, so not sure why that would have done that, but okay. We have a lot more gold than I thought we did. That's for sure. It's always fun when you think you have everything set up correctly and then it just breaks entirely. Yeah. Yeah, fun is the word I would use to describe. Yeah. 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 Yeah, let's take all these nuggies out of there. Do we have nuggies on the side? Oh, yeah, they're coming in from all the angles. Okay. So we throw those in there. All the autocrafters should still work. Those aren't really broken, right? Do we have, like, extra swords in there or something? Nah, it seems like we cleaned all that out. And then that's going to have the gold coming in. Okay. So we got to just go set up all those item filters. We do actually need a bunch of nuggies and we also need a bunch of gold blocks. Okay. Yeah, because we need to set up all those item filters again. And then, oh, no, we're not done. You thought we were done. I thought we were done. We got our Dwaynes in here. Are they named Dwayne because they're a rock? Is that why it was suggested to be named that? That must have been it. We're throwing away some of our item filters. Yeah, every single one of these should have 5 filters in it. If we find one of these that doesn't have 5 in it, and only has like 4 or something, then we'll know that that's the one that broke. Interesting. Yeah, see, these all have 5 in them, so I don't know what the problem is. You built half of the creeper farm that you showcased, that I showcased, and it's amazing. Yeah, a lot of people only build half of it and still have great results. It's pretty fun. Great farm by Mike. I think they have even like another version that we could do a showcase video on. Showcase tutorial on. They do indeed have some crazy farms. You know what? They also have another wool farm that I could do a showcase video on too. They got lots of good stuff. You were late because you were working? Well, obviously the solution there is just to stop working. Quit your job, become full-time moderator. Obviously. No, welcome in, Kula. How you doing? The server's invite only, sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and fix all these up. So these first 4 are all just nuggies. And then we have 3 of these for bars. I remember that much, at least. Put some Dwaynes in there. And then the rest of these are all going to be completely full. If we miss a single one of these, then we're done for. We're cooked. Whole system's going to self-explode again. See, like that right there. Could be a problem. we gonna get to building statues tonight? Yeah, we should be able to. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and double check that. Make sure that each and every single one of these has 5 in them. If they don't have 5, then problems will definitely happen. And if they do all have 5 and it still breaks, then we know that something else is broken, which will be fun to figure out. Oh, this one has some gold in it. That's because it's supposed to have gold in it. Dirt. Gold, 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 and then 4 of these for nuggets. Okay, it should all be fine now. Yeah, all these just have a single signal strength on them. Okay, great. Okay, I think we're all good then. And all these things should have been auto-crafting that whole time. Oh, you know what? We're going to have to go sort out some things down the line, though. Because we should have had all of our rotten flesh go down this line. That's fine. That just goes straight to trash. But we're going to have, like, yeah, nuggies and flesh in here. Lots of nuggies and flesh in there. Wow. That's some good stuff right there. Cool. So then I guess we can just go throw all this back into the beginning. And sort that back down into our ingots. And that should be fine. Okay. Cool, I think we're good. That should have fixed all that. Glad we found that. Hi from Malaysia. Malaysia's pretty cool. How you doing? Okay, we need to build up the final 2 statues in this area. So I can see we got our 4 over here. I didn't put a sign on salt on the end, but the... Is this another cowboy hat? Is this from Zoe? I guess that's a better cowboy hat. The signs is a good idea, actually. Certain items, way to prevent items from glitching through a filter. Like going past the filter when they should go down. Yeah, you have to slow down the item stream. I show how to do that in one of the videos on the storage system. But basically, you just need like a comparator read from it to lock the hopper chain in front of it, right? Listen, I like my stupid little sombrero cowboy hat. I think it's great. I think mine is great. Okay, let's go build the, I think that's the one I need. And then we're gonna need the box of things. Those chunks still have the lighting glitches on them. We're out of concrete. Oh man, if only I like went ahead and like got a whole bunch of gravel and sand and dye and stuff. Okay, let's see. Water bucket. This is why you always carry a water bucket, so you can flush out carpets. Might seem like a niche thing, but you'll be surprised how often it happens to you. That's fortune. Cool. Welcome in, Boombastic. How you doing? Who am I putting next to you? I think Beast. Yeah, I think Beast. Because, oh wait, this is the red side. You know what? Beast has got the blue on him, so we'll put him over there. You're gonna get Nick B. Chase, which is just a Pigman statue. But they have a cute little nose and cute little ears, so... it's great. Yeah, so some people who redeemed these, didn't have, like, Minecraft skins that they wanted to use, so they're just like, you know, build a Steve or build a big man or whatever, right? Because not everyone that plays this game has like a skin, right? Which, not something I ever really thought about, but it's true. It does happen. So that should be fine, right? So that should be a block. So it's arm, legs, 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 arm. Okay, perfect. Trying to get out of being next to you. Well, too bad. You two are gonna behave and treat each other nicely, and you'll like it. Because you're not a creator. Well, not... Everyone's allowed to have a Minecraft skin, not just creators. Jeez. Also, do you not have a Minecraft Longhorn? Is that why you wanted... Is that why you gave away your Ultra Flex to Salt? That could explain some things. Could explain some things. Man, we're having some serious block lag. Look at this. There's not even any farms on right now. Come on. Is that just the new update? I'm gonna blame it on the new update. Wasn't happening before. It's happening now. Boom. New update problem. I think that's how that works. And we need more concrete. That's great. Hello, good gamer! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. You think Longhorn is just rich and kind? Well, I mean, you gotta have something to spend your channel points on, right? Oh, yeah, so the pickle bedrock bug was always gonna get patched. I mean, that was just always gonna happen. If there wasn't as many other big bugs that needed to be fixed in this update, I feel like they would have left it until next update, but since they were already doing a hotfix, I feel like they just kind of went for it. It's also a fairly easy thing to patch. Let's see. Do we have any actual concrete here? I feel like if we did, we would have it in the shulker box. Hey, look at all this gravel that we just magically got. That's crazy. This is fine. I can't even convert concrete without it like glitching out. Well, I guess I could just see down to the entire base that's down there. Hey, look, there's our mob switch. You could see it. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Well, this is great. You know what? This isn't even me cheating. This is just ray tracing. This entire chunk is broken right now because of ray tracing. If I turn on ray tracing, then yep, it's just not there. Hey, look at that. It's great. Is that lava over there? It looks like it might be. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about a thing. Yeah, see, it says encoding overloaded. Okay, so I need to turn down the video recording settings. I thought I already fixed that. It's definitely less laggy than it used to be. So I just need to go through and tweak a couple things. X-Rank banned. Listen, if the game is broken, I'm not going to look away. When life gives you an X-ray, look at the X-ray. Because it's fun. I don't know where all my, like, concrete powder is over there now, though. It's all invisible. Also, I don't know how or why we get cave sounds above ground, but that's the thing. That's a catchy phrase. Yeah, it is. Glad you noticed. Oh, there it is. So following entities still show up. I spent a lot of time coming up with that catchphrase. Glad you appreciate it. Also, I love that you can't, like, see the concrete on the ground at all. I mean, look at that. Horrible. Because of, guess what? They turned off the fancy graphics again. That was a skeleton. Trying to get the cape. There's no more Menace or Home Cape. They are gone. But you can get the... Yearn Cape still. But you just gotta go play on the server for that. I find all the bugs by accident. I do find most of the bugs by accident, yes. I don't go looking for them. They just show up. Uninvited. They just walk in and they're like, boom, hi, I'm here now. Look at me. Look at me! Yeah, that's how it goes every time. So I made a nearly 300-part video series about them. And now they just won't leave me alone. It's just... Guess I should have seen that one coming, right? Okay, let's go ahead and take a nap, and then I need to open up another version of Minecraft so I can see how to build these statues real quick. Oh yeah, and then I can show you guys the bamboo farm that they broke. I don't know exactly how they broke it, but I have a hunch. It's really weird, because it used to have, like, barely any loss at all, and now it has a ton of loss. Which is super annoying. Because it was great. It was, like, fantastic. It was, like, a super compact way of farming bamboo and sugarcane and all that stuff. And it didn't really lose any items before, but now, like, half of the items are lost. Oops, my world is burning down. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Oh, that's okay. That's really burning down. Well, everything is on fire right now. I accidentally left fire spreads turned on, and I think my random tick speed is like 100. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing to see here, folks. Okay, so technically we're gonna have 2 pigmen because PieIsTheBest has a pigman skin with a cute little axolotl on it. Axolotl hoodie. I think it's the skin that they made for me, and then they just, like, you know, started using it themselves, right? You know what? Okay, no, we have enough terracotta. We need, like, pink and green and white. We're gonna need more terracotta. Do I have any pink? I don't. Got a whole station going over here. Magenta? I don't want that. Is that what I grabbed? I did grab that. Let's make some pink dye real quick. Okay, so pink and green and white and tiny little bit of black concrete as well. That's pretty much all we need there. I don't have any black concrete. We'll use black terracotta. That'll work perfectly fine. And then, what color is this? That is a light blue terracotta. That should be enough right there, actually. What are we building? Yeah, so we have a bunch of ultra flexes that the community has redeemed over the last while, and we are finally getting around to building all that up. And these are the last 2 that we're gonna do. We probably need like 48 of that, I would say. And then let's go ahead and make a bunch of green as well. I think that's fine. Okay, that should be good enough. So, yeah, we'll put PieIsTheBest right here because it's got a bunch of blue on it. Cute little pigman legs. Basically calling my own legs cute, but shut up. Don't read into it. There we go. And then we're gonna need one more light blue. Do I have? I have none. Hold up. Please hold. I swear I'm prepared. There we go. Don't want him to be, like, handless over here. And then the face. Oh, wait, no. We're going to need a lot more light blue. Because the entire back of the head is, like, light blue as well. Please hold. I throw it away? What did I do with it? You started flexing, and I was so impressed that I named a redemption after it. That's a true story. That's a true story. That's why we have the weird, the ultra, and the omega flexes, of which there's quite a few of at this point. Okay, so the entire thing of this, it's a blue axolotl onesie. So if you're confused about why this is what it is, this is what it is. This is like the closest color I could find to blue axolotl. You know what? We actually need some copper for this as well. Give me a little Pinocchio nose over there. And then we got like the bones. And then the one eye. Yeah, kind of cute. Look at that. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. And then we got to do the whole back of it. And then the axolotl on top of it as well. We also need a purple and some black carpets. Yeah, I think that that color matches the blue axolotl pretty well. It's not too terrible. We do need any copper. Do I actually have any? That's a great question. Surely I have like some. Just smelt this. Okay, here we go. How much is, I've never actually made copper trapdoors before. Let's see. Copper. Oh god, there's so many of these. 6 to 2. We need 8. It's 24. Okay. Perfect. And then we just need some fuel. Great. This is very efficient, guys. We're doing it. And then I guess we'll leave this smelting over here while we go ahead and build up the other one. Time to harvest the trial chamber. Yep, we need like 2 copper. Time to go tear down an entire trial chamber for it. Is that purple? It is purple. Oh yeah, we forgot to extend the storage on that, didn't we? Okay, this is gonna take a while to smelt, right? Yeah, okay. Well, we'll come back to that. Seems reasonable. Yeah. I mean, what's the point of owning a trial chamber if you're not gonna tear it all the way down, right? Oh, wait, hold up. I grabbed 2 purple and 1 black when I needed 1 purple and 1 black. Okay, well, it's missing an eye right now. Listen, we will come back to this later. Once we... once we have all the materials for it, we will come back. And then we also need to build up the... Hey, look at that! They have the same color arms. Look at that. Yeah, see, they match. We're going to put some little frills on the side of the head for the little, like, frilly things that the axolotls have. Axolotls, however you say it. Actually, it's axolotl. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know pronunciation. Please don't sue me. Okay, and then the back of this is a little bit different. So this one is Nickby Chase, which was one of the first redemptions that came through for this long time ago. But then they just wanted a pigman. So I changed up the pigman a little bit so it's not like me. So this one has like an extra ear, and I think the face is a little bit different. So the face is slightly different from beasts. So they're not like identical. You know, I wanted to give them a little bit extra personality. This is the middle of the face, right? Yeah, the nose goes out by a block. And then like they're gonna have a cute little ear right there. Cute little ears are really, really important. Okay, and then we're gonna have an eye. That's supposed to be black concrete, but, you know, sometimes we don't get what we want in life. Immediately. And then, I don't know what the back of the head looks like. And of course, this one's gonna be brainless. Because I have no brains. We've firmly established this. There's nothing in there but skull soup. Okay. There we go. It's kind of cute. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so the faces are slightly different, as you can see. Slightly different. This one's just really staring into your soul. An extra ear. What a freak. I know. Yeah, like, he's so cute. These pigmen are great. Skull soup, yes. The best kind of soup. Chunky. So let's find a couple bits of black concrete, and then we'll finish those off and do that right. And then that'll be all good there. We should also have those trapdoors done by now, I think. It's fortune. And then nothing's going to spawn on top of these guys because of the extended mob switch that we built last stream. So we don't even need to worry about, like, lighting them up or anything. Yeah, look how cute. Dorbs. My carpet hasn't even despawned yet. Life lessons. Yeah. I'm very wisdomous. Oh, this hasn't even smelted down because we're outside of loaded chunks. Cool. That's a good life lesson right there. Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit then, shall we? Guess we could have gotten some blast furnaces or something going. This is still trying to smelt down sand as well, actually. Okay, yeah, next stream we need to build up a storage system. 100% that needs to happen. I know we've spent like half the season building storage, but listen, we need more storage. I think we might also need some beeswax too. Because we need to like wax these, that way we don't that way we don't have them oxidize, right? Do I have any beeswax? Oh geez, probably not. Some beeswax. I go find some of that. Oh, you know what? We have our little bee farm at spawn. Okay, we can go harvest that. Excuse me, you're not supposed to spawn anymore. Where'd he come from? Well, no, they shouldn't cave spawn underneath here because it's pretty bright. Interesting. Okay, we got the trapdoors that we need. Let's take a little flight through the nether. Gills? Are they gills? I don't know. So oxalotls have those little like head frill things. I call them frills because they're like on the head, right? I mean, they're like antlers but wet. Right? I don't know. Welcome Ooga Booga Man. I say Ooga Booga all the time. Glad you like the farms though. Jeez. Literally gills. They're on the face. They're not like attached though. Hold up. Axolotl. Oh, are those gills? No, go look at a picture of axolotl. Axolotl head things. Most distinctive feature of Axolotl has is feathery external gills. Oh, they are gills. Just to breathe. Why are they? Okay, they're external gills. Okay. Okay, fair enough. They are gills. They're just like out there. Wet antlers. See, I think they're wet antlers. I think that's a much better name for them. Wet antlers. That's what they are. They aren't fish. You know what? If they're not fish, why are they wet? Answer that, scientist. Listen, there's no such thing as fish. Anyway, there's no such thing as tree. It's just a word that we use to describe a thing that looks like a fish and or a tree. We need 2 more of these. There's really no such thing. And if you think there is, I'm sorry to break this news to you. This must be traumatic. Okay, we should have some bees over here, right? Yeah, bees! It's a good sound right there. I put this here like months and months ago, and I think that's the first time I've ever like harvested it. No such thing as whales either. Oh yeah, well what are killer whales? Surely those are whales. They're not whales? Oh jeez. I apologize. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna build like this little storage system, but in the big base. Just somewhere to put the stuff, man. It's not in the chest monster. We gotta clean up the chest monster. We gotta clean up the cactus farm too. If we do those 2 things, oh man, the base is gonna be looking a lot better. Dolphins aren't fish either. Well, no, they're obviously a fin. Right? They're Finnish, right? The dolphinish. Orcas are the largest dolphins. We could use some more sea creatures. They've said time and time again they're not going to add sharks. So if we just tell them sharks don't exist, then they'll have to add them. Have a good night, cicada. Thanks for stopping by the stream. All the chats said bye. That's so wholesome. Hey, you said bye in 2 chats. That doesn't count. Am I even real? No, so we're all just technically worms. Yeah, everything, like all the land animals and stuff, we're all just worms. Cause we're just worms with legs that are really good at moving around and getting food through us. Cause worms are just like a mouth and then yeah. Basically. We're just worms. A great nature documentary. Documentary. Sharknado, yeah. I can't say documentary, apparently. Science. Okay, we gotta finish up the axolotl. Boop. And then how do I do the gills? The little gilly frills. Little frilly gills. Not where I wanted that. It's not even where I was looking. What? Oh, that should have gone. There we go. That sounds lovely. Sorry, I just need some blocks to get up. If you just suddenly had sharp arm pain, beast, don't worry. It's just a voodoo doll. Don't worry about it. And I think that'll do it, right? Yeah, so cute little head frills. Head gills. Adorable. Yeah, look at that. I think it's cute. Little pigman. I'm wearing a little axolotl. And then we gotta get the signs over here. I think we're looking pretty good, guys. I think we're looking pretty good. So those are all of the ultra flexes done. We're gonna go ahead and get the signs on those real quick, see? That way we always know who they are. And that way everyone else always knows who they are. Whose they is. I have more signs around here somewhere. I know of that fact. They're not in this box, which is where I thought they would be. Well, hopefully 3 is enough. Right, so this one is salty. Who is who? Yeah. Or the who's who's or the who's who. Yes, there we go. We got Mr. Salty over here. Down to 1 firework. I don't really want to run all the way across the base right now. We also really need to build a short can farm. Okay, that did not work. It failed to bone meal. That's why. Yeah, I think we're just having some block lag with bone meal. It's definitely not a skill issue. Well, I got the capitalization right, did I? Well, I was looking at your name in chat, so hopefully that was the right one. The right way to do it. And then let's go ahead and make some rockets. Always running out of rockets. There's no room in any of these chests. We really need a better storage system. Please. Please, I beg you. Please, chat, can I build a storage system? Yeah, so I need to open up some missions again, or like announce that we're doing a part 3 of the Redstone Showcase. And then we will make a part 3 of that. Because I already have some things left over from parts 1 and 2 that didn't quite make the cut. Those will be in part 3. And then, like, the submissions have been open this entire time. So there's a bunch of other stuff that goes in there for part 3. Hopefully that's the right not pronunciation. No, so it's Yeezy _ beast. I don't think that's the right capitalization. Can't speak. Words bad. No words am good. Me no can word. Hopefully that's right. And then, where's my redemptions for this one? Because this one is a little bit different than you would think. Yeah. Yeah, this was the second Ultra Flex. And I just got the skin from them, like, recently. Okay, looking pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. So, that is 10 Ultra Flexes completely done in the base. Technically, if we wanted it to be perfectly symmetrical, we'd open up another 4, but I think we're gonna call it there. So if you didn't get one this season, that's it. You had so much time to redeem these things. Then I need to figure out how to, like, turn off that redemption. Oh, they are paused. Okay, good. I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. Thanks. But you can still do Omega Flexes and Weird Flexes and naming items. So there's plenty of things that you can still do to flex your channel points. But let's see. There is the redemption done from Filthy, from Nick, and from Kula, and from Honey, and from Korvanik, and from Ash, and from Kaz, and from Leechum, and from Stone, from Beast, and the Diagonal, and Longhorn. Very nice. Very nice. All of the redemptions. Never thought I'd see those disappear. I know, right? Feels weird. Feels weird. Yeah, so there's Leechum's Steve skin. Looking pretty good. Little bit of a crop top right there. And then we got Ash over here. I like this one a lot, actually. The little panda guy. It's so cute. Mods Cannon DC And I think Complete Redemptions as well. And then we got Diagonal over here, one of the most recent ones. We got Corvonic. We got Kaz over here. We got Salt, which I think was maybe the last one. And then we got Nick over here, and Honey, and Kula, and Beast as well. Very nice. And then finally, we got Filthy G-Man and Stone. Very good. This one's nice as well. I like the skin. Very nice. Very good indeed. Okay, so that's all the Ultra Flexes done. There's still quite a few things that we need to build around the base, though. We need to build a storage system. I was thinking if we had time tonight, we would fly around and go ahead and kind of bone meal these outer edges out here. Get down a bunch of grass and some flowers, maybe some oak trees, something like that, you know? Make this outer area look a little bit more alive and like we didn't completely level the entire thing. But that's kind of like an optional side project that we would do at the end of a stream. And then, also, I'm thinking for some of the farms, we can maybe not build it out of the gray concrete. Maybe we can build it out of different colors of concrete, right? So like this one, we can maybe try some lime concrete in there. I don't know. I'm trying to think about how we're gonna do these big structures in the middle of the base and not have them blend in so much. Yeah, blue amethyst would work so well for your skin. So I'm open to switching out some of those wool. I'm not sure what would really go well in place of it, though, because your skin is definitely like blue amethyst. But yeah, thank you all for redeeming the Ultra Flexes. Sorry it took so long. We're down to one name an item, which is a doggo. Oh, technically we're supposed to get a doggo for Corvonic as well, so maybe we'll do that in the next stream. We need to get a doggo for this one. And then we need another one, and then that'll all be all of the things done. But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff we need to do around here. Before we go, let's take a look at the bamboo farm that I wanted to build in today's live stream, but got broken because reasons. We got broken because of reasons. Blue concrete powder? Maybe. Oh yeah, so this is the thing that completely burned down. This is the chicken cooker from the Minecraft movie, which doesn't work because of all of that, and it doesn't cook the chicken either. I didn't even realize I was on the birthday pack skin this whole stream. Okay, it's over here. So this is a design that I'm actually really happy with because it's like super compact. And it's great, and each one of these does require a piston, but it's very good. I like it more than the burnout clocks or the observers or any of that stuff. But what's happening now is that there's just a ton of loss on these. So I think the reason for that is that the glass and the walls actually connect to the front of the piston now. As you can see there, they redirect. And for some reason, items just go downwards now when that happens. So, like, we're losing a ton of items on this. When that didn't happen before, like half of these items fall down. It's really annoying. It's even worse with the walls. I mean, look how much loss there is. This used to have like barely any loss at all. Now I was thinking maybe we just rip out all these glass. And just have air blocks there, but even then we still have a lot of loss. So I was gonna do like structure... void, replace pane, and now there's air there, and then we go ahead and run a kill command real quick. And then we run this again, and we should see that hopefully a bunch of those items don't get lost, but still we lose a few items. So if we keep the pistons out for longer, then like in theory, the items should all just fall down, but look at this. We're still losing a fair few, I think. So they changed something maybe about the item physics. And then, yeah, if you wanted to do this for the sugarcane, you need the water in there, right? That's why we had the walls there too. So I guess you'd have to support that with, like, signs. Yeah, hopper minecarts are not ideal. They're not ideal because you need an extra 2 blocks gap between these platforms. That's why this one's so compact, because you don't have hoppers, hopper mine carts. The only real way to fix this would be a lays, but lays are kind of horrible. Yeah, the idea is that you stack this up like 20 layers, right? So you want it to be as compact as possible. No hoppers, no hopper mine carts. Everything just goes into one item collection on the end here, and it works out great. I mean, you can see like kind of the side view of it here. But yeah, even like the walls are connecting now, so items are just like landing back where they should. So that's not ideal at all, my guys. What if we did like that? Okay, the wall might actually just work. What if we did that? Hold up, let's go get our panes back in there. Let's see, can we do like a cobblestone wall? Cobblestone wall, replace structure, void. And then let's get rid of these top ones, because technically the top ones might not be necessary. It's still, this is a block and a half tall, so maybe it'll stop those items from going up. And then let's get rid of this top wall down here as well. Although I think we're still going to have quite a bit of loss from this. Because items might be able to land up there? I'm not sure. Actually, that's a good question. Might be able to land up there. Let's find out together, shall we? Activate that real quick. Oh, yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay, cool. Well, great. Yeah, item physics got extra goofy, apparently, for no good reason at all. So this is what we were going to build. Now, there's other options for things to build. I don't want to make the flying machine bamboo farm, though, because, like, we need a lot of bamboo, and that option was going to be fantastic, but unless we can figure out the loss on it, it's not going to be great. Which one of these is the bamboo? Oh, it's this one over here. Yeah, so this is fantastic, right? This is great, but it's very large, and it has a lot of extra space on the far edge of it. But, like, this is the end-all be-all bamboo farm. I mean, it's great. It's just great. It's very laggy, maybe, in your opinion, but it's also great. There were so many sounds from the bamboo that you couldn't actually hear the flying machine. Yeah. Item collection for this is something. How did... What? How... Okay, someone explain to me how this happened. There is blocks here. What? That doesn't make any sense. That literally makes no sense. That's actually impossible. It's physically impossible. Anyway, I guess there's just loss in the walls now. Great. So item collection for this is really something. All right, I apparently don't have that hooked up to this. But yeah, hopper minecarts go by. And then these unload. And you gotta send them out like twice. Because, like, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of bamboo. It's so much. I don't think you understand how much bamboo it is. There's still, like, another cart full out there. These ones were sticky from the sugar. And then these should be... Oh, apparently not. Okay. Something is wrong. Something's very wrong. There we go. Oh yeah, I probably got rid of that because of the particles, right? That seems fine. Yeah, we could autocraft. Yeah, no, you're actually right. That's a great suggestion, actually. Huh. Interesting. No, that's actually really smart. Yeah, because we're not reading from the crafter. We're reading from the hopper. Yeah, you can see how long this takes, right? That's why you're supposed to launch the carts as soon as this thing starts going, and then launch them again once the flying machine gets back, and that should pick everything up. But yeah, these are It's a lot of infrastructure to build a flying machine farm like that. And then the other option for bamboo farms is bone meal, but like we can't afford that right now because we don't have the bone meal farms for that. Where's those farms even at? So the bone meal based farms are over here. These are incredibly fast. 9,000 per hour per plant. Which is also 9,000 bone meal per hour per plant. So like obviously this is incredible. This doesn't even have that much loss, which is interesting. How does that have no loss, but the other one does? Is it directional? Is it? It might be directional. Interesting. Hold up, I'm curious now. Let's grab this, and let's just rotate it real quick. Assuming it works. Bamboo farm one. That looks like the whole thing. Still pretty happy with how this build turned out. Oh, there's also like the Ravager-based ones too, but that seems a bit much for our needs. If I'm being completely honest with you. 90 degrees. Let's try that out. Is that going to lose any items, or is it just the other one? No, just the other one that doesn't use bone meal loses items. Cool. That's great. That's great. Fantastic. Yeah, you can see I put a lot of time into figuring out a very compact version of that farm. Went through like 10, 12 different iterations. I mean, look at all this. Each one of these is like a different type of farm layout. They have different like densities, 4 to 10, 4 plants to 10 blocks wide, 4 plants to 15 blocks wide, 4 to 9. I mean, there's a bunch. And then I go through all that, right? And then the farm, which is all the way over here now, it just gets randomly broken, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to use the hopper minecarts at all. But we need to figure out a way to farm this now that doesn't require bone meal or flying machines. The growing one pushes it up. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, like if there's a bamboo on top of there and then it gets grown up, maybe that like pops it off or something. Let's see. Game rule, random tick speed, 100 again. Yeah, what happens in that case? Come on, grow. Do something. There it goes. Oh, no, it just falls down. Cool, well, that doesn't help our cause. Okay, let's go ahead and power this entire line and see how much loss we get from that. None? Okay. That doesn't make any sense. That's how it should be. But why was it making loss before then? Let's go ahead and kill all these items real quick. I know we're getting distracted at this point, but shoosh. I have no retort to why we're distracted. Maybe we just activate it like this. Would that do it? That would do it. And then let's see how much loss we get from that. There's no blocks out here, right? Okay. I think we need to fill in all that. I mean, if we don't need walls, then that would be great. So that's all grown up. And let's turn off the random tick speed, actually. Maybe that affects things. It shouldn't. See, that only loses a little bit. That only lost 3 out of, what, like 16? Yeah, 16. Well, technically, 3 out of 64. It might be the piston timings, then. Interesting. Yeah, so this is 64 plants, so we lost 3. You know, that's like, what, maybe 5% or something? I don't know. I'm not about to try and figure out the math for that. But you guys can if you're a mathematician, scientist guy. or girl or whatever. Let's see. So we do a real quick pulse like that. Yeah, see, that loses much more. That lost 9, so that's 3 times as much loss. Interesting. Now, when we had the walls out there, it was like half a stack or something. It was significant losses, like absolutely unbearable amounts of loss. Unless we can find another... Ooh, what if we use, like, fences, actually? Fences might be the way to go, because these shouldn't connect to the face of the piston. Yeah, those wouldn't have any problems. So that technically would solve our little problem there. I don't know if... It doesn't seem like we really need them, though, does it? So these are here to stop the items from going far over to the other side, and then we could, like, maybe try a little pulse of it. We wouldn't need 2 stacks of them. Let's try that, because that would actually be the replacement for walls, if we did need a replacement for walls. Doesn't seem like random tick speed happens to affect it that much. Does it have to be compact? It does. Yes. Did we lose any on top? Doesn't seem like we did. We lost 1 on the bottom? We lost 2 on the bottom. And we lost none on top. Okay. Well, we'll have to test that a few more times to actually verify if that fixes our loss issue. 2 on bottom. And none on the top. Try using iron bars / chain. So I think iron bars would have the same issues. So the problem was that we were using walls, and when these are out like this, it's fine. Like those direct the items downwards. But then you power this, and see it connects. And that new connection, I don't think it used to happen when I originally designed this. So that connection is making us lose a bunch of items. And I think that happens with bars now too. Yeah, so it happens with bars, glass panes. But it doesn't happen with fences. So that's very convenient. I think that's literally the only other thing that's like lined up in the middle of the block that's like a full block wide. Because like you could try using chains or something, but I feel like that wouldn't fully work. Like you would have to use vertical chains, of course. I don't think there's anything else that you could really try that's like a fence gate. Let's run this a few more times and see if we have any loss. Because before, this was nearly lossless. Like, I remember it being very good. No loss on the top. And then 3 on the bottom. So it's just, it seems like it's fairly lossless now. No loss on top. No loss on bottom. No loss on top. Some on bottom. Okay, so now what if we add in these fences on bottom? Are we still going to see that little bit of loss here? You know what? I don't think there's a way for me to really add these in that well. Gotta be able to fly up. I mean, I'd be willing to install these fences in survival if it meant no loss. But if there's just like a tiny bit of loss without the fences, then like that's also acceptable. Because I feel like anyone who's building a farm like this is kind of accepting that there's going to be a little bit of loss, right? I don't think it really matters that much. Of course, you just try to optimize for that, right? If you're going to be growing up the farm or growing up the items and harvesting them and doing all that stuff, then you may as well get all of it. Okay, so we're losing a couple items right there. Oh, right. We didn't install the items above us, the fences above us. Wait, did we put 3 on the bottom? No, we put 2. Yeah, so you have to install these from the bottom up. That's the problem I had with the walls as well. Kind of annoying to place these in. It'd be much easier with sugarcane. I have to be so precise. And then we shouldn't see anything land on top of these top ones. That should be impossible. And then we shouldn't see anything land on top of those ones either. That should also be impossible. It looks like lossless. Okay, we did lose an item right there. Interesting. I can't get to it either. Yes, it's not a farm that you can actually get into. Not accessible. It's 100% density, actually, if you look at it. Every single block has a block in it. Like, absolutely everywhere. Even these areas. I don't think you actually need a block there, though. Trapdoors? Trapdoors would be lined up to one side, so that would, like, it would work for this side, but it would block items from that side. I guess you could do a full line of trapdoors, right? I mean, that would work. Also, hi, Moss. We're designing a bamboo farm right now. Or trying to fix the one that we have. That loss right there doesn't count. We don't have our wall in place. I mean, this looks pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and replace these real quick. So, in theory, if we remove all these, then we should start seeing a bunch of loss. Structure void, replace oak. Let's see, oak fence gate. Oak fence. Gate? Oak gate? Is it just gate? What's it called? Gate? Just fence gate. Right, cool. That'll do it. By the way, structure voids are basically invisible blocks that have like no interaction. They're essentially air. They're used for structure blocks. Very convenient. Yeah, see, now we have a bunch of loss in here. Look at this. So those fences do actually help. I'm guessing these items are landing. They're like coming from the side and they're landing on this edge. That's why the fences are helping. See, that was 5. 5 out of 64. Unacceptable. We try that again. That time was actually lossless. Interesting. Fascinating. It's on purpose. Yeah, not that much loss. Maybe you don't really need it that much then. That amount of fences might be quite the investment of, you know, wood and stuff. Also makes it very hard to get inside the farm. I don't know. I mean, look at this though. 2, 3. Does anyone know what percentage that is? 3 or 5 bamboo out of 64? Let's see. What percentage is 5 of 64? 7.8% loss? Unacceptable. What's 3 of 64? 4.6875%. Wow. More than 0. What? More than 0? That's crazy. How about lays? Yeah, you could use some lays in there, but I feel like they would get stuck up on all these bamboos and they'd get like stuck in there. Do a fast pulse on the piston. I think that causes even more loss. Let's see. Because I had them hooked up to a fast pulse before. All right. Just broke one of those guys. Let's see. So that's going to be fast pulse. Yeah, see, we still lose some items there. So these items are getting pushed over. So they're going from here to here. Now, the original loss problem that we were having, which was like 30 to 50% loss, that was because the walls were connecting. So, I mean, if you don't need the walls, then that's great. Fences are a valid solution. Making amazing. Well, now we have to find out. Yeah, I saw you had some in the nether. Oh, right, he doesn't want to... That's not so bad. I've heard worse things in this game. Have you heard donkeys dying? Now that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Anyway, so I guess we can really go either way with it. I'm not too bothered if there's a couple items of loss, But if we did want to get rid of it, then the fences would be the way to go. So let's go ahead and put our fence gates back in there. Fence gate, replace, structure void. I can't spell structure, apparently. Oh, they are the right way around. Great, fantastic. Yeah, so that's all that takes. That actually makes the farm a block shorter as well. Okay, that's not too bad. So yeah, this farm design is still perfectly valid. They just like changed up the walls to make those kind of stupid. Actually, we were using some fences on the end there anyway. Ways to kill passive bombs. So this is probably what we're going to end up building on the server. The question is just like, how long do we want to build it? And also, how much work do we want to really put into it? And also, like, can we modify this torch tower to be a block shorter? Seems like we can. Oh no, it needs to be flipped. Interesting. Yeah, it's gotta have the inner torches on it. Yeah, I guess we can't really make it a block in. Unless we did like a weird zigzag one. You just joined? Welcome in. We're messing around with some bamboo farm right now. I wonder how much this is gonna produce per hour, because like we kinda need a lot of bamboo. I think for sugarcane we'll you know what, let's pop out of here real quick. We might need to build 2 of these. Might need to build 2 of these. What's the base plan call for? Does it call for individual farms? Because if we get some really good bamboo, or sorry, if we get some really good bone meal farms, then we could just use bone meal based ones. Okay, so this is going to be a sugarcane base. Okay, so we do have plans for 2 in the base. We'd have a bamboo column and then a sugarcane column. Infinite per hour. Technically true. Technically true if you run the game at infinite speed. And have infinite instances. We're also gonna have a kelp farm. Melon pumpkin's easy. That one we can do. What's bamboo farm for? It's gonna be for bamboo wood. That way we can craft a bunch of things out of that, and then it's also gonna be for smelting. It's a great furnace fuel. Bamboozled. It's for bamboozling people. Yeah. Okay. We have a lot of infrastructure plans that we need to figure out. Make sushi. Kelp farm, then fish farm. Right then. Well, that's about going to do it for tonight's live stream, everyone. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching the live stream on all of our platforms. We're currently streaming on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. You can follow me everywhere else on the internet. On YouTube, we make a bunch of different videos and, you know, content and tutorials and Let's Plays and all kinds of stuff. We make a bunch of shorts over on TikTok and, of course, Instagram as well. You can join our Discord server and all these other things. My name is Silent Whisper on all platforms. Twitter, TikTok, Patreon, YouTube, just basically anywhere, everywhere and anywhere. Right then, we're going to go ahead and raid the Marine Mammal Rescue Center because they are having some cute otters right now. So go hang out with them at the end of the stream. And otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching my stream. I'll be live again on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern, late UK, and early Australian. And otherwise, hopefully you had a good night. Thanks for sticking with the stream tonight. I don't know if that actually put the link in the other chats. Did that put the link over here? It did not put the link over here. Boop, there's that. And then, boop, there you go. You can go hang out with the otters. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Love your faces, boy. End that stream.